Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? So, because I'm unemployed, this is my content now. So if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell notification. So this is the creator of the pod. This is Randy Rosario, Mike the Poet, Trip Fontaine, Fine Ass Keita Rose, and Mojo Jojo! A lot of you guys are like, well, I don't care about this bitch or that bitch. Where's my favorite? Oh, shit, there she go to your favorite. She be dropping them gems. This is Kitty Rose. She got Randy out quick fast. She said, I want your spot. How can I manipulate everyone to get it? I'm going to detail that, though, in the following episodes. It's going to be like 500 episodes. Uh-oh, bonus feature. This guy says he used to be with Kitty, but that can't be true because it would have been around the time she was married, and she can't stand side bitches, and she can't stand cheating women. Ho, the drama, the tea. Hope we all heal.
Wait, so y'all really surprised that Trip is leaving tonight's conversation? Huh? Makes perfect sense to me. Like, him, Kitty, and Rose, they carried the show. And this is my perspective. I don't know what's going on, but this is my perspective. It's like when you're growing as a person, right? And you're okay with certain conversations and giving certain feedback and advice to your friends at some point. You know what I mean? Like you're growing, but you're just like having that friend that's having toxic situations or that's not trying to elevate in life. And you're talking to them. And at some point you're like, yo, I am elevating and I don't feel like I may be better than somebody, but I'm tired of having these conversations. And I'm tired of having these conversations and people get to piggyback off of what I said, because I pray to God that all of them are not getting paid the same, because the weight each of them carry on that show is not equivalent to each other. It's just not. And so at this point, let the people that still, because I just feel like they're evolving. You know what I'm saying? And let the people just have the conversation amongst themselves that's still kind of going through similar issues or still feel like they're being called to have these type of conversations with each other, because I can feel how annoying that may be, and if you watch, you can tell that people have kind of zoned out a little bit. People are there and they're present, but it's just like, bruh, why am I telling you that you shouldn't be sleeping with somebody, man? You in your 40s and 30s, you know this, okay? Like, let's talk about something else. But that's just me. I don't understand why people are bamboozled. Like, y'all did not see this coming, because I definitely did. They will be missed though, and this is very unfortunate, but I'm not surprised at all.
Okay, so I see a lot of posts now about Keita Rose and Trip leaving tonight's conversation, and I'm not sure why. Of course, it may expose it, but I will tell you about my experience when I went there and why I felt like what they display on Instagram or TikTok is not really what goes on there. So I had bought me and my husband tickets to go. This was November 9th. They were in New York at the Jacob Javits Center. So I was like, oh, I'll see it all the time, and you know, they have great guests there. Some of the questions that people ask are really, really good. So I'm thinking that this is going to be something serious, like, you know, something to help relationships, at least for a little bit, give great conversation, give great advice. So I was like, babe, let's go. And he's like, okay, I've seen it too, so let's go. We send each other posts about them, so why not? It seems like a good idea. And it's date night, so give us a reason to go somewhere. So we get there, and it's cool, you know, they have music playing. We're more like Jacob Javits Center, especially where it was, where they had their meeting room. It was pretty big, so we were more like in the back, but we could still see a screen. So, you know, they play music and whatever, it's cool vibes. Then the cast get out there. They have Ace, they have Keita Rose, they have Iyanla Vanzant, which is the reason why I wanted to go, because I've watched her shows from season 1 to season 9. I was so sad that it ended, but anyway, I mainly came to see her. And they had Kitty, they had Dr. Brian, they had a couple of other people, but I don't remember Trip being there. I don't remember, because I do come to see him and listen to his advice as well. I don't remember if Trip was there. If he was really quiet. And what they do, they switch it up to make it seem like it's different podcast that they're doing, but it's literally one show that people are watching, but they switch up the cast. So if Iyanla Vanzant was in one, then they came out with Dr. Brian in another. So that's how they do it, to make it seem like it's more than one episode. So yeah, I think what my issue was, I think it was way too jokey. Like some of the questions that people were asking, I don't know if they prep the person for the question, or it's really a random, but the questions that the people were asking were so immature, it was dumb. Like, I kind of tuned out a little bit, because I was like, this is not what I expected it to be. I thought they were really serious questions. I know some of them are funny, but my husband was kind of like, he was kind of turned off and tuned out too, so it was like very not what we expected it to be, because obviously I'm in journalism, I'm in media arts, so I know that they edit stuff to make stuff look good, and how they put it out to the audience to bring to bring people in. I know that they do that, but I was like, this is kind of a waste of my money, so I was just not happy about it. So then, you know, the show was done. They're really big on people like buying their merch, which I mean, I understand that. You buy their merch, why not? You know, if you're here, buy something. But I'm like, I'm not buying that much. I'm just not doing it. So we get outside and we're like waiting for our cab, and we were talking about it, and like I kind of was upset that he was like so tuned out of it. I'm like, why are you so tuned out? And he was like, oh, I didn't want to disappoint you. This is what I'm talking about my husband. I didn't want to disappoint you, because I just felt like this was just so fake. And I'm like, I felt the same way too. You could have just told me about it. I didn't feel like it was like really what people or how they expected it to be. And a couple of ladies heard us, and they were like, yeah, that's true. Like, we just felt like it was just a waste of time. So now this comes up that Kita Rose and Trip are leaving. I honestly feel like there's a lot going on with the business aspect of it, like Ace and somebody mentioned in some comments I seen, he's like Otis, or maybe David Ruffin from Temptations. Like, it's his shit, and it's like, it ain't nobody came to see you, Otis type vibes, you know. But like, honestly, I come out to see Iyanla Vanzant, Kita Rose, Kitty, Trip, and Dr. Brian. I don't come to see Ace, because I feel like Ace is very loud and too obnoxious for me, and I don't really think he gives good advice. I think he kind of like, if someone asks a question, he's kind of like the shit starter, and I'm like, I never imagined him to be like that, because when I first watched him, he was like really, really giving good advice, especially from a male, to help females out and give males a different perspective. But he wasn't like that in his podcast live, and I'm just like, this is so disappointing. So I'm not really sure what's going on with their crew and why people are leaving, but I think it may be Ace and his ego and like what's going on, because people really come out to see the other cast and not him. So Kita made a post about, she's not participating in tonight's conversation. Trip said he's not participating either. So I don't know if this is going to be a trickle-down effect with other cast members, but I know that something is really awry and something is wrong in the buttermilk. And, we're about to see what goes on, but I can see the downfall of tonight's conversation very, very soon, and I really won't be surprised. That's my take.